What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We got Ned back.
Hey, Radion, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. So today we have a fun video. I had a property walkthrough that I went through the other day. It's a duplex, and it was a student rental. So it's a 3 bedroom upstairs and a 2 bedroom downstairs, if I remember correctly. And I recorded the whole thing. So we're gonna watch it now, and you tell me what you typically look for when you go through a walkthrough, and I'll show you some of the New England stuff that we look at up here. So I'll share my screen and then we can get started.
I'm sure it's a little different.
Oh yeah. All right. You able to see that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna, whenever you want to pause, let me
So is
know.
that vinyl on the outside?
This is vinyl, yes, it's
Okay.
vinyl. So before we even start the video, I can show you some things here. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I can see your mouse.
All right. So do you see these two pipes here? That's the oil pipes. So one is the inlet where they come and feed the oil, and the other one is the air vent.
Gotcha.
So now this property was interesting because they also have gas here. So if you can see this right here, well, I can't zoom in, but this is a gas meter right here. So they also have gas in the property. This is city gas. And then next to that, we also have another inlet and outlet. So this is those wall hung boilers,
Yeah.
the IBCs that the lumberjack landlord always talks about. So they actually had that here. So the heating is split. There's two heating systems. There's oil and gas here, which is what the IBC runs on. And
Gotcha.
all right, so
So,
I'm gonna
so can you
start.
switch between whichever one makes sense? Or
Well,
is it
from what I
okay?
saw with the walkthrough, there's some baseboards, which is the hot water heating, and then there's forced hot air too. So when I went in the basement, which we're gonna see here, I think one of the systems does the forced hot air, and then the other system does the hot water heating. So it's two systems that are split, which is something that we can talk about here, but I don't think
Gotcha.
you can switch unless you add either baseboards throughout the whole property or you do forced hot air throughout the whole property, and then you could eliminate one of the heating
Now
systems.
it's minor, but in the South, these dish network satellite TV things cause
Yeah.
leaks because people mount them in the roof and in the walls, and they
Hmm.
do it outlaw style. They just start drilling holes. They don't care what's in the wall behind them.
Yeah, where it's gonna land. Yeah, and well, this one it seems like it's not even functional, right? From what I can tell here, I didn't even see that. But
Oh yeah.
all right, so if you want to pause somewhere along the video, let me know and I'll pause. And then if I see something interesting, I'll pause
I
too. And
would I would go ahead and mute the video, so that way we don't end up with some weird. Or I don't
okay, that's fine. Cool. All right, and yeah, before we also start, there's this vegetation, this vine thing growing here, which probably can be a good thing. That's a
Yeah.
can't, like cannot, but that's easily taken care of. And let's go ahead. So as you can see here, this little extension here, or this little balcony, they probably did this to allow the attic to be converted into a livable space. So they added this in order to have a second egress, and that's how they do it out here. There's another dish up there as well. Yep. So first I do a walkthrough around the property, which is usually typical how I go about it. The siding looks in pretty good shape. Some of the windows are not in good shape. As you can see here, this is a bathroom, and it looks like they wanted to make the window smaller, so they just stuck a piece of plywood or two boards there and just called it a day.
Yeah, in the
And
South, people use aluminum foil a lot to keep the sun heat out, and I have started adding in my leases that they can't do that anymore because it makes the building look awful.
yeah, yeah. And here are those things close by. So this is the oil, this is the gas, and this is the IVC boiler.
Gotcha.
All right, let's keep going. Camera work is not too good, but yeah, here I'm also with my agent, so I'm talking to her as we move along. So it might go a little bit slower, but foundation here looks good. This is just an overgrown backyard. It has a garage here, as you can see. It's
Oh, can you convert that to an ADU?
in my city, you cannot. In my city, I think we talked about this in another video, but they only allow ADUs for single family homes.
Gotcha.
This is a duplex, so they're not going to allow that here. It would be excellent for an ADU though, because it's 2 stories, as you'll see, and yeah, it's very cheap to convert this to a livable space, but can't do it, at least not now.
So in New Orleans, the way that they used to convert stuff like this is people would like put a little extension from like the roof of the main house over to the garage, and then say that
Uh-huh.
it was, and then say that whatever the legal minimum was to require to legally define them both as the same structure.
Oh, okay. All right. There's many ways around it.
Yeah.
The only way that I would convert this if I get some kind of variance through the city, which if anyone doesn't know, that's kind of like you ask permission for like an exception, right, in the city. And then if they allow it, you need a bunch of criteria to fill that. But yeah. So the garage is in pretty bad shape, but I like it because it's a 2 story, and this could be a lot of storage here. Yeah, take a peek inside. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see in there. Yeah, just a bunch of storage. Some snow shovels. All right. And this is the way to the basement. So we look at the basement next. That is my agent. She proceeds to go down there, but then I tell her you can stay outside because no one likes basements except me. I love basements. It's the best part about walkthroughs.
He's got some crazy pink hair, man.
Yeah. All right. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see here very well because I had a flashlight and the camera in my hands, but we can see what we can get here. All right.
Yeah, we
So
don't have basements in the South. They would end up just being inconveniently located swimming pools.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of flooding that goes on here as well, and that's why they're like this. But okay, so as you can see here, we have the water heater, and there is just one, which tells me that the landlord is probably paying for the hot water. And there's the IBC here as well. It's very sleek looking, which is what I'm going to have in my new property. It's going to be 2 of these. Doesn't take that much space. And the one that I'm going to install is going to be 2-in-1, water heater and just space heater as well, which will eliminate the large bulky water heaters. That's the water heater right there. And that's the oil tanks right there. That's one. And there's 2 oil tanks, which will be around. So what you see here straight ahead of you, this is the forced hot air system.
Yeah, that's what we use in the South.
Yep. So you'll have, do you have those vents that are in the floor?
We usually do them from the attic.
Okay, yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure this is a run with the oil that's in the property. I don't think the IBC can run this, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to check on that.
I actually think the floor units that come through the floor, I think those are against code now in the South.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't think you can, it's got to be attic or
Mhm.
like a mini split or something like that.
Yeah. All right. So now I go to the panels down this side. Now this basement is not a. I cannot stand here. I'm crouching the whole time, which is not typical here. That's why the camera work is pretty bad. But there's 2 panels here, as you can see. There's one here and one up there. I didn't catch it too well, but it was 2 panels. And we have 2 oil tanks. One of them is badly rusted. This one on the right. So I don't
So
like that it has 2 heating systems, but I think it can be easily converted into a just one system with the IBC here. If I add baseboards, but I would have to check if the IBC is powerful enough to heat both units.
It's weird that they would have so many different systems.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure. There's probably a reason behind it. So I'm
Because that's what, three systems? You've got the forced air, you've got the IBC, and you've got the oil.
well, the forced air is a run by the oil. So
Oh,
you
okay.
know what I mean? Yeah. That's the medium of like so the oil heats up the air, I guess, and then the force out air just blows through the vents. I would have to ask. So I'm getting down a list of questions that I had about this property, and that would be one of them: why he did it this way, and if there's any way that it can be converted into just one heating system. But we'll see what he says. So that was it for the basement. Now we go towards the front. Well, this is the back the side entrance for the first floor, and there's no stairs to the second floor, but they have a porch up there, which is nice. Now this is a student rental. Just keep that in mind. So we go towards the front. So the siding is in pretty good shape. Not worried about it. Just a little
There's
wash.
also some nice new development, new houses down the street, so that's really good for your property value.
Down this here?
Yeah.
No, those aren't new. They look new,
Oh,
but those aren't new.
I'm just saying they were newer than what you've got
Oh,
here.
newer, yeah, they're renovated, yeah.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that it's always good to not be the best house on the street.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other student rentals around here, but yeah. And I think, oops, sorry, bad camera work. I'm getting better at that, but all right. So let's go inside here. So this is the porch, which they enclosed, and we're gonna go through the door. So this is the entrance to the first unit, first floor.
Okay, so this is why there's less bedrooms on the first floor because of this layout
I think so.
with the
Well, you'll
stairs.
see there is actually the potential to add a bedroom here, but I'm not sure if it can actually be done without a permission. But we'll see. So this is kind of like living room. As you can see, student rentals, they don't have much furniture in the common spaces, right? So this
I
would
thought
be
y'all were the
interesting.
state of libertarians. You all have all these crazy rules.
Well, that wasn't a rule. I mean, that's just what students do. They don't really there's usually a couch in the common area, and that's about it, right? They don't really share anything. But as
Oh
for
no,
the bedrooms,
I meant adding bedrooms. That's all I meant.
yeah, for the bedroom, I think you can add it easily, but I'll have to check because the egress door is in that bedroom. But yeah, we'll go through that. We'll see it. So this is one of the bedrooms. It has one window, and then these two windows point to the porch. So the porch has these two windows here that you see. Has a
Yeah.
closet. The walls seem in good shape. I didn't see what kind of heat it had here. I didn't see if there was baseboards or not, or if it was forced hot air. But we'll check with the other rooms. So this is another bedroom here. It's kind of dark, you can't see. Small, dingy bedroom. All right, that was one. And now we're in the kitchen area here. So there's a dishwasher as well, which is not common for students. This is the bathroom here. Not very good camera work, but you get the picture here, you get the idea. So this is the kitchen back again. And then when you look to the right here, there is this small room, which is a laundry room slash crash bedroom or guest bedroom, I'll call it. Students, they just seems like they have a mattress here. Whoever gets like the most drunk, I guess, sleeps there. Most likely that's what happens.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. So this can be converted, I believe, into a bedroom. However, the hookups are going to be out of there. You can
Yeah,
get
so
them
what I
into.
would do is there laundry in the room in the unit upstairs?
I don't think so.
So
But
put the laundry in the garage
uh-huh.
and convert this to a bedroom. You get more rent.
Yeah, I think the laundry you can also add it here in the kitchen somewhere because if this is going to remain a student rental, they don't care if the laundry is there. They just stick it in the corner somewhere, add some cabinets on top, and it should be fine.
Yeah, but that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying maybe consider the garage. That way, upstairs and downstairs both have the same laundry machines. You save money on buying
Mhm.
laundry machines.
Yeah, it's true. If upstairs they don't have laundry, then you're adding value for upstairs as well and downstairs, right? The only thing is
Yeah.
that during the winter, when there's like 2 feet of snow, you're gonna have to like go to the garage and back, but that should be okay for them. Not a big deal once a week for a load of laundry.
You put a little space heater back there for them.
Yeah. And yeah, that was it for the bottom unit.
Bosu ball, man. You got to buy it now.
Oh
Because
yeah.
Bosu ball, it's obviously a fantastic deal.
There's some fake brick there. Well, it's not fake, it's real, but it's just
Like that,
decoration.
it's that like stuff that's like a third as thick as it's supposed to be or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, there's a skateboard right there. And now we go upstairs.
I miss my skateboard, man.
Yeah, I was never much into skateboards. I actually don't know how to ride, but maybe one day, who knows? Maybe if my son grows up to like them, then I'll probably have to learn them. So she's going up there and asking permission if we can record because they were actually present upstairs when I was recording and they said yes. So we're going to be recording. That's why I'm pointing at the wall right now. And I kind of keep it down here because I didn't want to point it at their face, but it's going to change soon. So there's a little area right there. So first we go upstairs. Right next to the door, we go upstairs to the attic, just so we could check this one room here. This is also a crash room. As you can see, they just plopped a mattress down there. The actual room is down on this other side of the attic, which is right here. So this would count as one room. Somebody's renting this.
Yeah, but in college, I totally would have split that with a buddy in the hall. Give him $100 less than me in the main room or
Yeah.
whatever.
It seems like they're doing that because of the extra mattresses that they have here. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody's crashing like 3 days out of whatever, like they're on campus like 2 days, maybe they just crash.
Well, I used to pack all my college on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That way, I always had 4-day weekends. So I would like go on
Yeah,
road
same.
trips and stuff all the time because it was just like I can do this homework from like a van in Nevada or whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
We
So,
we drove way too much.
oh yeah. All right. So that was the room upstairs. You could also make that room bigger because of the extra like mini room next to it upstairs, but
Yeah.
it's not a big deal for this type of rental. I wouldn't even want to try to put any major money into this, but yeah.
I honestly think the way it is lets more
Yeah.
people sleep in it, even though you're
Yeah.
not like telling them that they can do that. They'll pay you more so their buddy can split rent
Mhm.
with.
Yep. 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 So this is the other bedroom. So we went downstairs. This is the bedroom right next to the stairs. And as you can see, there's the baseboards here. So I'm guessing for upstairs, which is here where we are, it's the baseboard heat, and then downstairs is the forced hot air. But I'll have
Does
to
it matter that
confirm.
it's all bent up like that? Looks like he's been beating it up with his piano.
No, it doesn't really matter. This is just the ornamental. The pipe inside that runs through with the radiator is
Okay.
should be good. This is just like so it looks
Yeah.
nice.
I'm just an ignorant southerner. I don't know how that stuff works.
All right, so we have this is like a little living room that we passed here. There were people there, so I didn't want to point it at them, but this is the kitchen. Well, we'll go to the bedroom here first.
So how much would a unit like this rent for?
So upstairs, I believe it's renting for 2,000,
Okay.
and downstairs, I believe it's 1,500.
And what's asking?
320.
So that's like, wait, 2000 and yeah,
It's
so you're around the
500.
1% rule or whatever.
Yeah, it beats that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even look at that rule, but yeah. So that was the second bedroom. This is the kitchen here. Let's see.
I do use that rule, but I use it in a weird way. I'll talk about that in a different video.
Okay, keep that in mind. So we got a fridge here, and then this is where they made that window smaller, just so they can. I don't know why they did that actually, just so they can hang the toilet thing here. I don't think so. Maybe there was some kind of rule against like falling out in a bathroom window like that. But yeah, I don't know. There's this weird step thing here. Bathroom is in super dirty, but students, what can you do? So that was 3 bedrooms here. So 2 on the sides and then 1 upstairs in the attic. And then we check out the porch here. I'm not sure what I'm recording here, but
Did you have your gimbal yet?
this is with my gimbal, yeah, but I'm moving it around too quickly. Seems like they did the same thing with the window here. They made it shorter.
Huh. Wonder
Okay,
why that mildew is collecting on the railing right there.
let me go back to that.
See right there to the left, it's green
This?
on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, it's just from rain. Well, I probably would need to add a gutter to the top, to the roof of this porch. Most likely, that's how I'll solve that problem. But yeah, that's common out here. It's a pretty wet place. And there's the kick space heater, I think it's called here, which I'm not sure if this is well, I would have to ask the seller again, but this might be the run with the hot water with the baseboards, the same thing. So we'll
That
check on.
makes sense. Since you've got the water for the sink right there anyway, why not?
Yeah, yeah. All right. So this living room is pretty large. There's just also this extra area here on the side, but yeah. And that was it for the upstairs.
Huh.
I think we catch a little bit of the porch now and then the outside one more time. I did look at the roof as well. The roof was in good shape still. Probably still has another 10 years or so. This space can be used. Oh, I could put laundry room right here for both.
There you
Problem
go.
solved. Problem solved. Yeah, heated as well.
There you go.
Common area. Yeah.
Is this one you're actually considering
Well, I would need about like 5 questions answered before I make a decision, but the numbers work. Yeah. So this is the
okay.
tenant, one of the students from the downstairs. So I didn't record him, but yeah, there's some small stuff that can be done here, and yeah, I think I end the recording there. So overall, pretty good property for a student rental.
Yeah, I agree that it has enough wrong with it to where they're not going to want premium, but
Mhm.
if you fix it up real nice, you might get a couple $100 more rent, but you kind of don't have to unless you want to.
Yeah,
I, I
the
I
only
like that.
thing, uh-huh.
I like that middle zone where
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
still work if you don't do anything, but you could juice the returns if you felt like it.
yeah. So the only thing I would have to decide on is checking on the heating systems. That's kind of a big thing. Make sure that they are make sure there's just one heating system, or maybe it makes sense to have two, but I'm not sure why it would make sense to have two heating systems. And I did notice that the landlord is also paying for the hot water, which I would want to have them pay for the hot water themselves. That way,
You got to figure out how much it costs to separate stuff like that, though.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's a bunch of questions that I need asked, answered from the seller, and then yeah, I'll make a decision. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it looks very similar to the over under duplexes I've seen in New Orleans. It's just
Hmm.
in New Orleans, it's more typical for it to be side by side because our buildings are so old.
Okay.
And it,
Yeah, there's very few side by sides here. So there was one where it was going for 200,000. It was one bedroom on each side. There was potential to add two bedrooms to one of those and then one bedroom to the other one. So there was a lot of upside there. It was listed for 200K. I offered 220 and it closed for, well, they rejected the offer and it closed for 240. So
gotcha.
that was
So in the South, we have what's called shotgun houses. You ever heard of
Mhm.
it's kind of a New Orleans thing.
Is it the same as what we call railroad here, where it's one bedroom after the other? So you
Yeah,
enter one bedroom.
well, you could open all the doors in the house and shoot a shotgun through the house and not hit
Oh, okay,
anything.
yeah, yeah. We
That's the
have
whole idea.
those. There's a lot of those in New York, the tenement buildings where I used to live before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those there. Yep. But here I haven't seen much, no.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wanted to look into the history of those just because there's so it's interesting to think you go back and look at these old houses and a lot of the construction seems to indicate that house hacking is not a new idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So,
All right. Well, yeah, I think that is it for this video.
what stood out the most to you?
What's that?
What stood out the most to you? Why were you gravitating towards this deal? Is what why I'm curious as an outsider.
Why? Well, because there's not many in the market right now, and I look at everything that comes up, even if the numbers on paper don't work first. I just like to go and see. For example, I had never seen a two heating systems like that. I had never seen an IBC boiler in person. I hadn't been in a student rental before here in my market to check it out. So there's a bunch of things that I learned when I look at the properties. But overall, what stood out to me here is that there is another that was for sale close by, which was going for 370,000.
Okay.
And a friend of mine actually made an offer on it for a little bit under that, but his appraisal came in at 300K, which
Oh.
was way lower.
So you
So
think
that
your
tells
appraisal
me,
would come in low?
I would say that the appraisal would probably be about 300 as well for this one.
Interesting.
So, and it's been in the market for a few days. Well, at this point, it's probably like maybe like 10 days or so. So
Gotcha.
it could potentially go under asking, but maybe not. So yeah, it's not really anything in particular that stands out to me. But overall, it's a good student rental. It would be nice to have some student rentals in my portfolio and try to diversify right away, even though I only have two properties. Yeah,
Well, that would put you at three. You'd be
yeah. There'll be three properties, and then there'll be 6 units total. But there's a few questions I need answered here. For example, does he have like two leases for each of the units, or is he leasing to each
I don't
student separately?
I personally wouldn't do that, but and I've
You,
never
you
seen
would
it.
lease to students individually, like per room.
No, no, I get everyone on the same lease.
Hmm.
That way, if one runs away, the others have to pay for them, so they kind of hold each other accountable. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know if that's legally true, but I feel like it is. So
yeah, yeah,
ask a
yeah,
lawyer, but like, I've always felt like if they're all collectively at fault or, responsible together, then hopefully they hold each other accountable, you know.
yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll have to explore that. Cool. Well, I think that is it for the video. Thank you everyone for watching. Comment us some more videos that you'd like to see when it comes to real estate or just overall business stuff for Ned here, and then we'll cover it on another video. And yeah, that is all.
Give
Thank you for
give
watching.
give Radeon a like and subscribe since he's not going to ask.
Yes. Thank you guys. Bye.